On today's episode, Alan and I are going to take a look at the top 10 bench show coonhounds of the year. You're going to want to stay tuned for this one.
You're listening to the UKC Hunting Ops Podcast, celebrating hunting dog heritage, competition, and community. United Kennel Club has been the hunting dog sports home for coonhounds, beagles, retrievers, pointers, cur, feist, and more for over 125 years.
Welcome back, everybody, to the UKC Hunting Ops Podcast. This is Trevor Wade. I'm the Coonhound Program Manager at UKC, and I'm joined today by the Director of Hunting Ops, Alan Gingrich. What's going on today, Alan?
Well, there's a lot going on. It's inaugural day, so there's a lot going on in Washington, D.C., I guess. But it is a cold day in Michigan, blowing, snowing, blowing. It was 1 degree this morning when I came in here, January 20th. But it's winter time.
Yeah, it is winter. It's obvious outside, and I felt bad. I was trying to figure out what to do for lunch. I had a guy deliver a sandwich to me because I didn't want to get out in it, and I feel sorry for him, but I gave him a good little tip.
Hey, I was going to go to lunch, and I thought about ordering in too, and I thought, oh man, that's another $10 probably, But I decided, you know what, it's too cold to eat today to go to lunch. I'm on a fasting day here.
You're a 24-hour fast there.
But it looks like the roads could be kind of crappy today.
Yeah.
I heard I was on the phone with somebody from Virginia. He's talking about somebody in Louisiana, like they're expecting a bunch of snow and everything else today. So those folks probably, they don't know how to deal with snow like this.
Yeah, one thing about it is I hope that it's clear and free of Mississippi by the time we get down there in a couple of weeks for a Winter Classic, because I don't want to deal with any freezing cold temperatures or ice or any snow or anything like that while we're down there.
That's right, me neither. And it'll be, irregardless, it'll be nice and warm in that Civic Center. I know that. But
there you go.
Got that to look forward to, irregardless. But yeah, hopefully it won't be too bad. And we've always had really good. I say real always. It's been, for the most part, very good hunting weather.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, as long as people can make it down there, typically it's okay. Sometimes there'll be a storm and through the central United States that can affect some travel, but hopefully all that stuff's getting out of our systems here in the middle of January, and we'll be good to go by then, because we're going to talk today about one of my favorite parts of Winter Classic weekend, and that's the top 10 bench show.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. We're working on Winter Classic stuff. Today marks the deadline to enter as the day that we're recording this, January 20th. Last day to enter for the hunt and everything. So it's kind of exciting about here. You're working on getting a bunch of stuff together for it, and it's always fun to this first one, getting ready for it, and it's a fun event to begin with, So it's good times here.
Yeah. We'll break
getting anxious.
We'll break every printer in this place before the week's over, I think.
Hey, I'm looking at my calendar here too. So today's the 20th, and we're talking about next week, 2 weeks from now, basically, we'll be headed to Batesville.
Yeah. And I hope by when you're listening to this, you all are on the way to Batesville. This should play Wednesday the week. Yeah. Everybody's heading there. And we'll have a good warm-up slam tonight. We'll have our pro slam going on, and we'll be gearing up for the week.
Heck yeah. And if we're talking about you today on this podcast, why, congratulations. You made the top 10 list.
Yeah. And that top 10 bench show, and we've talked about it a little bit, ever since we brought the money into it, I think this will be the 5th year now, we tried to make it such a big deal. It used to be kind of crammed between two shows in the middle of the day, and we've kind of tried to create a spectacle of it, and we made it Friday evening. It's going to be February 7th, Friday, in conjunction with Winter Classic at 6 p.m. there on the arena floor at the Batesville Civic Center in Batesville, Mississippi. The lights will be low. We'll have the big headlights up there going on. We'll have the big screen, the Jumbotron on the stage going. We'll have announcers going, and it's going to be a great time.
Yep. We'll have a parade of all the top 10 dogs, the top 10 in each breed. That's going to happen first when they come in, and just a lot. It's a fun night. Yeah. Fun night. A lot of stuff to eat there on the floor. Yeah. All that. I think last year we had way too much. Megan and Nicole got way too much stuff, but hey, eat up.
People don't eat there. I don't know if they're nervous or what. They probably go and eat dinner after the regular show, but
maybe
save a little bit of room for some, because then you save us from munching all those appetizers during the show. I always stray away from my steward table and get back there and eat a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, Trevor, one thing I really like that you put together here with some of this stuff we're going to talk about, and that's trends of the last 5 years. That's going to cover ever since we started putting this money up for it.
Yeah.
You know, and having this show down there at the Winter Classic. And that is, I loved seeing these trends. And they're all trending up.
Yep.
Every year. Love it.
Yep.
We have the trends for each one of the breed associations and overall. And, man, that just gives me some ideas. You know, you and I have been talking about this. We need to consider some new show program of sorts, you know, throwing some ideas around and everything. And, man, this is all kind of part of it a little bit. You look at those trends like that, and that just, it's a
little encouraging.
It is encouraging, yeah. Yep.
It's good stuff, and we're going to talk about a lot of good stuff today. A lot of that, we're going to go deep dive into each of the 71 dogs that were invited to the Top 10 Bench Show. We're going to talk about some trends over the past several years. And first, we're going to announce who our 3-judge panel is, and that's been announced on social media in the past. We talked about it on the Winter Classic preview. If you haven't listened to that, go back and listen to that to get all your news or the whole preview event to see what you can expect. But our 3-judge panel, we'll start out with Scott Rawson of Nauvoo, Illinois.
Yep. Scott's somebody I've known for a good number of years, and this will be his first one that he works for us as far as a major event. But he is he's been around hunts and shows. He does both, you know, and he's done a lot of both. He loves to judge dogs, and he's excited to be on part of the panel here for the top 10 this year. He'll obviously be judging one day, I think Friday at the Winter Classic as well, doing registered. Then you also have one of the old legends, Sid Underwood of Glen Rose, Texas. Matter of fact, his address changed. He is now in Paris, Texas.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but Sid's looking forward to it as well. I called him when we asked him. He was all about it. So yeah. He's looking forward to it.
And then rounding out our 3-judge panel is a buddy of both of ours, one of our UKC Coonhound field reps and president of the Tree and Walker Association. He wears a lot of different hats throughout the year, and he's going to be the third member of the panel, and that's Mr. Alan Kalal of Faribault, Minnesota.
There you go. And if you need your driveway painted, he's the guy to call. Not painted, asphalted.
Yeah, there we go.
Paved.
There we go. We'll touch briefly on the scoring system. We'll talk about it a lot more there at the event for the people that are in it. But this is kind of a unique deal where you get the 3-judge panel. They're each going to be individual of each other. They're not going to do any communicating with each other during the show. And what they're going to do is they'll have a sheet of paper for each of the 71 dogs, or however many actually come up and confirm their entries there. And they'll give each one a score on their own kind of scale. And as I'm done with the black and tan breed, if I'm a steward at my table, I'll take them up to the desk where the computer and the spreadsheet is, and they'll input the scores. And after all the dogs have gone through every station, then we'll have our 7 breed winners. And from there, we'll bring those 7 back and have them judged again individually. Each judge will give their own score is what I mean by that. And we'll be able to crown our overall winner.
Yeah, I think last year we did that one. We used to do them individually again, but I think last year we put them all up together then. Those 7 all together. And I think that's the way we'll probably do it again, I assume.
Yeah, keep a dog from having to go on 3 other benches just once.
Yep, no, and that was pretty neat to see them all up there like that. And so, yeah, it's a good one to look forward to, and I'm looking forward to talking about some dogs here too.
Yeah.
Hey, looks like we want to hit on a couple of, how much are we paying out? Same amount here again, $15,000 total.
Yeah, so now we've been doing this ever since the 2021 Winter Classic Top 10 Bench Show, $15,000. So $2,000 for each of our 7 breed winners, and then the overall winner gets an additional $1,000, so they get $3,000 total. So that's our $15,000 payout there. And so far, we've crowned 4 winners, and we've wrote 4 $3,000 checks. And it started out with a back-to-backer, National Grand Champion, Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion, County Line Tuesday's Legacy won the first 2. That's Christina Officer and Susan Ragsdale that have legs, as they call her. The year that I actually missed due to the birth of my youngest child, the Redbone came through and won. That was Grand Champion 2, Diamond Grand Confirmation Champion, Skylines Push My Luck. That's a Redbone owned by Beth Jenkins over in Virginia. And then this past year, the dog that's been on a heater now for over a year, seems like, National Grand Champion, Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion, and now World Champion, Wabash River Lost Highway, owned by Andy and Keith Emery and Nikki Matthews, Curtis Elburn, the whole clan there.
Yep, they all got stake in Old Highway there, Lost Highway. what's his call name? Hank.
call him Hank. Hank,
Yep,
yep.
Hank. Yeah. Yeah, hey, 3 nice dogs there too, you know. And if you haven't seen them, go on the website and you can check out the photos of these dogs. But all 3 very, very nice dogs that ended up winning that in the plot. So same plot, won it twice, and 2 Redbones.
We'll see what happens this year. And we got a stacked field, and we're going to start out with our American Black and Tan Coonhounds. 10 dogs made it through, 5 males, 5 females. Our top dog this year, 266 points. Number 10th place, 48 points. So while don't get stuck on that 266 number, you can make it in the top 10 with 48. So let's remember that as we go there. But let's start out with first place in the American Black and Tan Coonhounds, and that's National Grand Champion, just from this past Autumn Oaks, World Show Champion, Grand Champion 2, Gilman's Good Time Blues. This hound was able to accrue 266 points this year, and this is a 4-year-old male owned by Dave and Kelly Myers. They're over in New Florence, Pennsylvania. Blues is out of Grand Champion, Confirmation Champion Gilman's Good Time Charlie, and out of Champion Gilman's Small Time Scandal, and was bred by Mr. David Gilman. Some notable wins, obviously the 2023 World Champion. This dog had 6 category wins this year, so it won some big ones. It was the 2024 National Grand Champion of Autumn Oaks. It was a category winner at the West Virginia State at Black and Tan Days, and it did get a check last year at the Winter Classic Top 10 Bench Show for being the Black and Tan breed winner. So it has won $2,000 at this show before.
Yeah, so congratulations to them. There they are at the top spot with the World Champion Good Times Blue. In second, runner-up, scored 102 points this year. That's Grand Champion 5, Anderson Sugar Babe. This is just a 1-year-old female that's owned by Donnie Anderson of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. This dog is off of Grand Night Champion Bowers, Kansas Top Notch, and the female Night Champion Super Annie Up. This dog was bred by Eddie Williams and Jill Walks. And this dog went from nothing to Grand Champion 5 just here in this last year in 2024. 49 category wins total. And this is an example of a dog that won a lot just at the local shows. And a good example of that you can do that just going to the local shows. You know, unlike some of the others like Blues that you mentioned up there in the top, he won some shows that had a lot of entry, got a lot of points here. This dog just went to a lot of shows, did a lot of it at the local club show. So congratulations to the owners here, and Donnie Anderson, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Sugar Babe, second overall.
Moving on to third place here, we have the hound here with 80 points overall, and this is Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Scarberry's Ragin' Touch of Carbon. Carbon is a 3-year-old male owned by Colby and Robert Scarberry of Glenwood, West Virginia. And this dog's out of Confirmation Champion, Grand Field Champion, Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Grand Water Champion 4, Scarberry's Marca Carbon, and then also Water Champion Scarberry's Ragin' Miss Maddie, and was bred actually by Colby Scarberry as well. This past series year, this dog was able to accrue 29 category wins, all in the Grand Division. Not easy to do. And like you said, they ran the roads a lot. 29 category wins is a lot. The most they ever got at a single show was 8 points. So you're talking about these, and if you keep up with Colby at all on Facebook, they're somewhere every weekend competing. So congratulations to them. What a year, and just a little spoiler alert, that's not the last time we'll say their name on here.
Fourth place was earned 75 total points. That's going to be Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion 2, Flat Timber Hardwood Moose. This is a 3-year-old male owned by Bobby and Trenton Livingston of Greenville, Ohio. This dog is out of Field Champion, Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Laurel Valley, Doc Holliday, HTX, and the dam is Night Champion, Field Champion, Grand Champion, Little Walnut Black Galaxy. This dog was bred by Dave and Kelly Myers up there in Pennsylvania. Notable wins included 9 category wins this last year, one at the Christmas Classic, and I think that one's in Indiana, and then also at Black and Tan Days. Becoming one of those that you can't miss top 10 shows. You know, this is
this Christmas Classic.
Christmas Classic is, yeah, for sure is. And but yeah, there's congratulations to the owners there with Hardwood Moose, Bobby and Trenton Livingston, 4th place.
Just wait till you check this out. I had a little bit of help on this next dog from Kayla Cooper. just so I wouldn't sound so ignorant as I have in the past on this.
Hey,
on
I saw this
podcast
dog the
before.
other day, and I thought we need to get Nicole or somebody down here to help us out with this. Have her sit in to
Yeah.
We don't know what all these titles are.
Well,
Does David know what they are?
That's a good question. That's a good question. But I did email Kayla on Friday, and she sent me back exactly what these titles meant.
There you go.
So I can give this dog and another dog they call Hank, I believe here, his due here. And this was 64 points. We have Gilman's Good Time Tradition. This is a 5-year-old male owned by David Gilman of Fielden, Illinois. Misty Yarrington has a big hand in here. And let's just take a look at some of these dogs' titles here. It has the National Total Dog title, which is a new one for the Total Dog Invitational TDI over there in the all breed department, which has become a big deal. Beginner novice obedience, race novice precision coursing, intermediate agility, pre-novice obedience, United Agility Champion, obviously a Grand Champion 4 in our bench shows, United Rally Obedience Level 2, a Confirmation Grand Champion, and then the spot on the end of the dog's name signifies that the dog has earned a Specialized Pet Obedience Test title as well. So look at that.
Yeah, he's. I've got a long way to go with Chili, I see.
A lot of work to put in.
A lot of work. Hey, can I borrow that just in case I need it when I have to call this dog here?
Yeah, I'll shoot you this updated preview here.
This is the first time I think we've nailed all those title names ever.
Yep. So Hank here, I'm not going to go through all the titles again, but Hank is out of Grand Champion, Confirmation Champion, Gilman's Good Time Charlie, and Night Champion, Grand Champion, Bear Creek Miss Kitty. Not only owned by David Gilman, but also bred by David Gilman. And like I said, Misty deserves a lot of credit on this hound. Some notable wins for Hank this year, 13 category wins, including wins at Black and Tan Days, Illinois State, Iowa State, and this dog was your Black and Tan male winner at our World Champion this past year.
Yeah, hey, moving on to 6th place, 59 total points, and this is Grand Champion TAB's Wicked Little Winnie. This is a 3-year-old female owned by Tiffany Bourgoin. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, and I apologize, Tiffany, but she is from Charleston, Maine. So look at this. A dog out of Maine gets here in the top 10. That's awesome. This dog is sired by John Wayne the Duke, and the dam is SSH Sweet Southern Daisy May, bred by Jennifer Harrison. This dog had 8 category wins in 2024. Lindaville, Vermont shows bring a lot of points every year. That's one of the main clubs up there in the Northeast. Competitive shows and two
biggest point shows she had was from the Lindenville Club.
Was it? Yeah.
And
yeah.
like you said, it's nothing for them to have, 25, 30 dog shows up there at the Lindenville Club.
Yeah.
So they put a lot of emphasis on it up there, and you can earn some points up there. So.
Yeah, congratulations.
7th place here with 58 points, we have Grand Champion 3, Gilman's Good Time Stella. This is a 5-year-old female owned by David Gilman of Fielden, Illinois. And this is a litter mate to the Hank dog we just talked about that David also owns. It's out of Gilman's Good Time Charlie and the Bear Creek Miss Kitty Cross, bred by David. Stella this year, 11 category wins, including category win at Black and Tan Days both days this year. So, great year.
There you go. 8th place, 52 points here. Grand Champion 4, Cobra Time 007. This is a 4-year-old male that's owned by Felicia Bailey of Prairie, Mississippi. So they won't have too far to go this year. This dog is off of Good Time Charlie again, and Gilman's Small Time Scandal is the mother. And bred by Mr. David Gilman. 12 category wins in 2024. That included a win at Mississippi State, St. Jude Show. Alabama State was the 2023 top 10 breed winner in last year, or in 2023. But yeah, congratulations again to Felicia Bailey there with 007. Nice dog too. And you know what? In this top 10, 8th place is every bit as good as 1st place here in the top 10 running.
You all start from scratch here.
Yep, you do.
Yep.
52 points got her in this year.
9th place here, we have with 50 points here. 9th place, Grand Champion 2, Confirmation Champion, Scarberry's Dawn of a New Era. This is a 6-year-old female owned by Brody and Jennifer Bailey of Mooresboro, North Carolina. Brody just a youth handler from down there in North Carolina. Don't have the lineage for this dog, and also not sure who it's bred by, but some notable wins this year. 13 category wins for this hound here with Brody, including wins at the Grand American Youth Show last year and the Georgia State Championship.
Yep,
So,
and I saw where his mom posted the win. They're very proud of this young man, as they should be. He's got in at the top 10. Congratulations to them. 10th place, last dog to get in with 48 points. Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Scarberry's Ragin' Miss Merle and HTX. This is going to be a 7-year-old female that's owned by Colby and Robert Scarberry of Glenwood, West Virginia. BP's Tree Shocker is the sire. That's a champion dog. And the mother is Grand Champion Gillen's Buck Creek Roxy Ann, bred by Gary Gillen. 21 category wins this last year, and you mentioned earlier how they travel the roads, and same thing with this dog, just a lot of traveling, a lot of local club shows and some of the smaller shows, but here again, another dog that gets in just going to quite a few of the local shows. Congratulations to them.
Yeah. You talked about trends a little bit, and we will mention here the black and tan kind of stayed true to the trend that we see overall. In each breed, it can deviate a little bit depending on who's winning big shows during the year and accruing a lot of points. But we're talking about all the way back in the first paid top 10 show at 2021, the high in the black and tan breed, 45 points, wouldn't have made the top 10 this year. The average, the low to get in, 24 points, was half of what 10th place was this year.
Yeah.
The average overall of the top 10 dogs, 30.2. Let's fast forward all the way up to this year, and it's climbed every year from 43 average to 73 average to 77 average. This year, the high is 266. That blows every other year away. The low is 48, which is there was one year that was close to that, but the average is what always is going to stand out to me because it's going to average out over the 10 dogs. We're up to an average here of 85.4. And like I said, that average has grown incrementally each year for the black and tan breed, and we've seen it stay true to what we saw and envisioned in this program. And this is a great representation of what we had hoped for and what seems to be shaking out.
Yeah, it's good to see these numbers. You can really see how it's trending. When things are trending up, that's a great thing.
Mm-hmm. Alan, you've been feeding Eukanuba dog feed for a while now. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I have, and I've really been able to put my beagles to the test, mainly running snowshoe hare up north where they run the hardest, where I put 15, 20, 25 miles on them easily in a day. And I've found that the premium performance sport has really paid dividends. Mainly, I noticed their stamina.
Yeah, same feed that I've been feeding. I think my dog looks good on it. He's really feeling good, and less kennel cleanup for me, so I highly recommend it as well.
Eukanuba, the official performance dog nutrition partner of UKC. So, yeah. All right, moving on to American Leopard Hounds. We have 2 males and 8 females. So the females kind of dominated here this last year. Top high points was 147, and it took 26 points to get in this last year. So this top dog with 147 points, first place overall this year, Moody Blues. That's a champion dog, a 4-year-old female owned by Curtis Elburn and Becky Wright of Peru, Indiana. This dog is off a Grand Champion Pfaff's JW and Pfaff's Moosey Lucy, bred by Jace Pfaff, and had 4 category wins this last year. That included wins at American Leopard Hound Days, as well as American Leopard Hound Youth Championship, was the champion female at Autumn Oaks this last year as well. And obviously at those events, she accrued quite a few wins. So congratulations to Curtis and Becky with Moody Blues, 147 points.
Category win at one of the major shows can really set you up for the whole year, as you see there.
Yep, sure can.
Second place here with 70 points is Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion 4, Smoking Aces Midnight Waterfall. It's a 4-year-old female owned by Savannah McCollum and Buddy Ray of Pleasant Hill, Missouri. This dog's out of Champion D's Screaming Ace and Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion, Rowdy Ridge's Midnight MIA, a dog that was bred by Buddy Ray. This year, Waterfall had 18 category wins, including some category wins at the BBCHA Fall Roundup and the Oklahoma State Championship.
Yep, Buddy Ray's somebody, he and his wife have been showing dogs and hunting dogs ever since I can remember. We got to meet him when I first started working up here, and they still come to all the shows and always enjoy seeing them. Congratulations to them. Third place, 64 points. Champion confirmation champion Rowdy Ridge's What About Bob? That's a 4-year-old male, one of the males here, one of the two males. Sabrina and Buddy Ray, again, Mansfield, Missouri, owned this dog off of champion D Screaming Ace and confirmation champion, grand champion Rowdy Ridge's Midnight MIA, again, bred by Buddy Ray. 7 category wins. That included a win at St. Jude's this last year, American Leopard Hound Days, the Missouri State Championship, and Oklahoma State Championship. So there you go, 2 of them, second and third, Buddy Ray.
What about Bob? A couple litter mates there, looks like.
Yep.
Fourth place here with 46 points. We have Grand Champion 2, M&M's Southern Swirls Little Girl. This is a 6-year-old female owned by Michael Seitz and Branson Miles of Stoneford, Illinois. A girl here is out of champion TBK's Treetop and Solo and night champion, grand champion C&M Southern Swirl. This dog was bred by Megan Bieri. And some notable wins this year were she had 7 category wins. She had wins at American Leopard Days, National Redbone Days, and was also the Leopard female winner at this year's World Championship. So,
yeah, I'd say those are some nice wins there. But you don't an off-breed dog or a different breed going and winning at National Redbone Days in this category, in the Grand Champion category, pretty impressive.
absolutely.
Pretty impressive. Fifth place overall, 44 points. Field champion, confirmation champion, grand champion 3, Circle M Sky's the Limit. Seems like I've heard that dog for a good while. 5-year-old female now. I guess I thought she would maybe be older than that. But this dog is owned by Abby and Matt McCorkle of Elwood, Indiana. This dog has a Grand Night champion sire. Fussell's Patch is the dog's name. Mother is Remington's Rapid Fire Cabela, bred by Corbin Boltmeyer. 16 category wins this last year, and here another dog that just went to a lot of the local shows. 8 points was the most points that this dog won at one show. So that just tells us, that she won at a lot of the smaller shows, going to club events and this and that. And here again, you can get in the top 10 doing that. So congratulations to Abby and Matt McCorkle here with Sky's the Limit.
In sixth place, we have a veteran of the top 10 show with 42 points this year, Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Wild Ride Black Sadie. Sadie is an 8-year-old female owned by Tara Winters and Justin Taylor of Fremont, Ohio, and is out of Grand Night Champion Fussell's Patch and Champion Strikers Ball and Blitz, so a couple out of patch there in a row. This one bred by Eric Fussell. Some notable wins, 14 category wins this year, and like I said, a veteran of the show, was the American Leopard top 10 breed winner back in 2022.
Yeah, so we have 2 dogs that are going to be tied for 7th with 36 points. First, I'm going to talk about Grand Champion Gigi's Little White Lies. This is a 2-year-old female that's owned by Chloe and Blake Gibson of St. James, Missouri. This dog is off. I need your title. I need your title cheat sheet here. And gosh darn it, can you help me out here? PN, what was that again? Well, I'm going to say this. PN, while you're looking that up, you look it up, and then I'm going to...
Pre-novice obedience.
Okay, UR01.
Is United Rally Obedience Level 1.
Racing.
Is Race Novice Precision Coursing.
And then it's DGCH, which was...
Diamond. Confirmation Grand Champion.
Diamond, okay, there you go. Grand Champion 2, I got that one. PR Thunderstruck Skin That Smoke Wagon. And the mother is a lot of titles like that again, along with Confirmation Champion, Field Champion Johnson's Dirty Little Secret. This dog was bred by Kirsty Johnson and 8 champion wins to finish to grand this last year. 2 of those champion wins two champion wins at Battle of the Breeds in Oklahoma this last December, I guess. So probably accrued quite a few points right there, and might have been enough to probably help her here in this effort here. But congratulations to Chloe and Blake Gibson with Little White Lies.
Ironically enough, it's tied for 7th place with 36 points with its littermate sister, Champion Chantilly Lace and a Pretty Face. Again, a 2-year-old out of the Thunderstruck Skin That Smoke Wagon and Johnson's Dirty Little Secret. You've already said the title, so I don't need to say those again. And this one here is owned by Sierra Killian of Talbot, Tennessee. Also bred by Kirsty Johnson, of course. Some notable wins for this dog. 6 category wins this year. Some pretty big ones. Grand American Youth Championship, American Plot Days, American Leopard Days, Tennessee State Championship, and the Tennessee State Youth Championship.
There you go. That's pretty neat. 2 litter mates tying for 7th place. 9th place, champion Backroads Revenar, 33 points here. 3-year-old male owned by Bandy Berlin of Millington, Michigan. It's over in the Thumb area, I think, maybe just to the east of the office here a couple hours. This dog is out of Confirmation Champion PR Change of Luck Huck, and the mother is Grand Water Champion 2, Grand Champion 3, Wild Ride South Creek Queen. This dog was bred by Tricia Snediger. 5 category wins this last year, and one of those wins included one at American Leopard Hound Days for Backroads Revenur. Am I saying that? Revenur. That sounds right. Hopefully, Bandy Berlin. Congratulations to Bandy.
And rounding out the top 10 for the American Leopard Hounds with 26 points is champion Circle M Fancy Like Applebee's. This is just a young 2-year-old female owned by another young pup, Miss Paisley Warner, over in Beverly, West Virginia. Applebee's or whatever, or I'm not sure the call name of it, but this hound here is out of Grand Champion Hall of Fame Preaching to the Choir and Grand Champion 5 Gregory's Princess Bella, and is bred by Abby McCorkle. Some notable wins this year for this duo: West Virginia State Youth Championship, West Virginia State Championship, Kentucky State Championship, and also a couple YEP events there in the state. So.
Yeah, there you go. Mentioned in the offset, I haven't ate yet today because of the stormy weather outside, but this Applebee's dog is making me kind of hungry right now. Sounds good, doesn't it?
Does sound good.
Hey, the trend. Let's talk about trends here. So 2021 had 46 points is what it was, the high points for in 2021. Low was 18. 28.5 average for 2021. That jumped up in 2022 to 31 average, to 39, to 55, and 55.3, and it did come down just slightly, 54.4 in this last year. But this last year had the all-time high, 147 points for the most points for the Leopards this year. So a good trend there as well, though.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Let's move on to our blue tick coonhounds, and this one was actually where our one tie was. We'll be inviting 11 blue tick coonhounds because of a tie for 10th place in the blue tick coonhound breed. 6 males and 5 females, all the way from 110 in first place to 58 down there, 58 points down there, tied for 10th. And in first place with 110 points was Grand Champion 2 Ballistic Journey by Faith. This is a 5-year-old female owned by Katie and Jonathan Millwood down in Baldwin, Georgia. And this hound's out of Ballistic Dead Man Walking and Confirmation Champion Ballistic's Reign of Terror, and bred by Jordan Studstill. For this duo this year, 16 category wins, including wins at the Georgia State Championship, the Peach Classic, American Plot Days, Alabama State Championship, Kentucky State Championship, North Carolina State Championship, just to name a few.
That's pretty impressive. Congratulations to Katie. She puts a lot of hard work into her dogs, and it's good to see her there at the top of the list there with Journey by Faith. Second is had 102 points. So that was actually a pretty close race this last year. And Lee Hogan of Rudolph, Wisconsin, with his 2-year-old male there. We see Lee all over the place, and he enters in all the events. He plays all the games.
He does.
Who says that from the Plot Association, the president? We won all the games.
Gary? Is that Gary?
I don't think it's Gary. It's one of them, but yeah. But Lee Hogan certainly is one of them, plays all the games. Confirmation Champion, Field Champion, Grand Champion, Hogan Sam. That's, like I said, 2-year-old male out of Night Champion, Grand Field Champion, Grand Water Champion, Grand Champion 3, Hogan's Willie HTX. There you go. Again, I told you he plays all the games. Night Champion, Confirmation Champion, Water Champion, Grand Field Champion, Grand Champion 4, Hogan's Naughty. Mother and father, they all play all the games. Bred by Lee Hogan, no surprise there. 13 category wins. One of the biggest, BBCHA Spring Roundup, that was a big one. The Dave Dean Ed Mead Memorial over here at Bellevue Club, he won there as well. So congratulations, Lee. Nice job, bud. Hogan Sam.
Lee does like to take it easy on us because we at least know what these titles mean.
Yeah. He keeps it on our side of the fence there.
And speaking of Lee here,
and I'll bet they handle pretty good too.
Yeah,
I'll bet they do.
Yeah. Here in third place, speaking of lead, with 100 points, is Confirmation Champion, Night Champion, Grand Field Champion 3, Grand Water Champion 2, Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Hogan's Trouble. This is a 3-year-old female owned by Lee Hogan of Rudolph, Wisconsin. It's out of Grand Night Champion, Grand Field Champion, Grand Water Champion Hall of Fame, Grand Champion 4, Hogan's Cujo HTX, and Night Champion, Confirmation Champion, Water Champion, Grand Field Champion, Grand Champion 4, Hogan's Naughty. So same dam as the one above us here.
Yep, maternal sister.
Also bred by Lee Hogan. Some notable wins this year, actually 23 category wins, and he gets around a little bit. A lot of his wins you'll see are in Wisconsin and Michigan. He supports a lot of the clubs around this area. So if you guys have a water race and field trial, he's liable to show up at your club.
Yep. Hey, I've got another Maine dog. Litchfield, Maine is where this one's out of, up in the Northeast. 92 points again. Grand Field Champion 2, Grand Water Champion 2, Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion 4, Psychos, Tree and Blue, Yankee Strut. This is an 8-year-old female that's owned by Danielle Pottle, as I mentioned, Litchfield, Maine. Out of Grand Night Champion, Grand Champion 3, Downing's Tree and All Blue, Duke HTX, and the mother is Johnson's Hammer and Angel, bred by a Joshua Johnson. 6 category wins this last year, all from Maine and Vermont. Obviously, the 68 points came from the Northeast Kingdom Coon and Cat Club's July 27th show. So that had to be a big show right there. 68 points there. A lot of dogs. So best of the group of 18 grand females. Wow.
Yep.
So that's pretty impressive right there. 18 grand females. So congratulations to Danielle Pottle with Tree and Blue Yankee Strut.
Yeah, and shout out to that club for putting on a show that could have such an influence on this race.
No kidding.
I got a couple here tied for 5th place. So the first one with 88 points is a wily veteran of this game here, Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Rockin' W Surround Sound. They call him Dolby. He's a 6-year-old male owned by Whitney and Debbie Killo of Cabot, Arkansas. And Dolby's out of Confirmation Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Rockin' W's Rock On, and a world champion, Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion, Rockin' W's Blue Glamour Girl, bred by Whitney Killo. Some notable wins for Dolby. Battle of the Breeds, Arkansas State, BBCHA Spring and Fall Roundups, and was the top 10 breed winner at this show in 2022, 2023, and 2024. In addition to that, was the National Grand Champion Blue Tick at Autumn Oaks this past year, and the Blue Tick Male winner at the World Championship this past year. Maybe this is the year for Dolby.
Done a lot of winning, that's for sure. Also tied for 5th with 88 points, Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Southland's Forever Blue Trace. This is just a 2-year-old male that's owned by Renee Hawk of Sardinia, Ohio. And I know Mark Hawk, her husband, he texted me or sent me a message earlier this week, and he said, man, I am so proud of my wife for her accomplishment with this dog. So they're looking forward to this top 10 show. So congratulations to Renee here. This dog is off a Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Forever Blue, Tree Blowin' Blake, and the mother is Grand Champion 2, Lingo's BGK Blue Bombshell, bred by Mark and Renee Hawk. 33 categories this last year, and here again another dog was the most points he got at one event was 8 points.
Yep.
So that tells us went to a lot of the local shows, a lot of the local coon clubs supported them, and here she is getting paid with made it into the top 10, tied for 7th.
What do they say? Tied for 5th there.
Tied for 5th. Tied for 5th. Yeah.
There's more than one way to skin a
cat.
Are we allowed to say that on here?
No, but you just did.
So there's different ways here.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to 7th place here with 86 points. We're in 7th place now. First place was 110. Now I'm in 7th place. 86 points. What a competitive division here. Grand Champion 2, Hack Creek Papa Top Stylish Chrome. This is just a 2-year-old male owned by Amy and Richie McDonald of Wooster, Ohio, out of Grand Night Champion Racket Ridge Crash and Champion Razor Ridge Be Just Like Poppy, bred by Miss Amy McDonald. This year, Chrome had 9 category wins, including some wins at Ashland Spring Championship, the BBCHA Spring Roundup, National Blue Tick Days, and the Ohio State Championship.
Yeah, some very impressive shows there where she got those wins. Nice dog, too. Night champion, grand champion, Hat Creek Blue Pearl Snap. 84 points for this dog to finish 8th overall. That's a 3-year-old female owned by Johnny Cooper and Richie McDonald. Johnny is from Crawford, Tennessee. This dog is off of Racket Ridge Crash that you just mentioned, and Pearl. Hat Creek Blue Pearl, champion, night champion Blue Pearl. That was also bred by Richie McDonald here. 9 category wins, BBCHA Spring Roundup and BBOA Days were just 2 of the major shows where this dog got some of those points. So congratulations to Johnny and Richie with Blue Pearl Snap, 8th place.
In 9th place with 62 points is a dual-purpose dog here, Grand Night Champion, Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Confirmation Champion, Triple E, Tail of a Wrangler. This is a 7-year-old male owned by Jewel and Pari Edmond of Newark, Ohio, out of Triple E Blue Uno, and Water Champion, Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion, Triple E's Poppin' Up Autumn. This dog was bred by Jewel Edmond and had 13 categories wins this year, including one at the Ashland Spring Championship.
Yep, I think we have seen this dog since he was a puppy at about 6 months old, I think. It seems like I've seen this name for a lot of years. 7-year-old male. Congratulations to Jewel. Tied for 10th here. The first one, Grand Champion Hall of Fame PR Missy's Rocky Hills Best, 58 points. That's going to be a 5-year-old female owned by Melissa Ann Rossiter of Oroville, Ohio. This dog is off of Grand Champion, Night Champion, Medicine Man's Eagle Mountain, and the mother is Grand Champion Rockin' W's Drink on It, bred by Joshua Paul Tully. 16 category wins and a win at the Ashland Spring Hunt this last year.
Kind of telling me, because I'm looking at this next one here, also has the Ashland Spring Championship on there. That may be becoming one of those events, one of those shows you don't want to miss in the year.
Hey, that always happens in March, I think, sometime, and that's been a long-standing good event, the Ashland Spring Hunt. Yep. And show, obviously, call it the Ashland Spring Hunt.
And rounding it out here, also tied for 10th with 58 points, is Grand Champion Winners Blue Line Bullet. This is a 3-year-old male owned by Catherine Norton and Michelle Winters of Beacon Hills, Connecticut. That's where Kate Norton's from. And that's this dog's out of Night Champion, Water Champion, Grand Field Champion, Grand Champion 2, Winners Blue Buddy. And the dam is Grand Champion 4, Winners Fancy Blue Line, bred by Michelle Winters. Some notable wins this year, 10 category wins, including the Ashland Spring Championship. And, again, that July 27th show in Lyndonville, Vermont was this dog's high point show of the year for Bullet as well. So there you go.
Yeah. Congratulations. Hey, let's talk about trends here again in the blue tick breed here. We're talking about 2021. It took 115 points was to win the category. And now that hasn't changed a whole lot. They're 110 this year. But the low was 41 as compared to 58 this year. The average 62 in 2021 jumped up to 88 in 22 and 99 in 23. And then it dropped off a little bit last year, 74, but back up to 84.5 points for an average to get trending to get in the top 10 for the blue tick breed.
Again, I think sometimes if you see an outlier year like that, it all depends on who wins some of the major categories at Autumn Oaks, Grand
true.
American Winter Classic.
Very true. Good point. Yep.
Let's move on to our English Coonhounds now. Out of the 10 that are going to get invited to the top 10 bench show, we have 5 males and 5 females. 122 will be the top point dog in the English breed, with 61 bringing up 10th place. So a pretty impressive number there for the English Coonhounds. In first place with 122 points is Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion 5, Dark Hollow, A Poor Man's Roses. This is a 4-year-old female owned by Haley Welsh of Livingston, Wisconsin, and is out of Grand Champion Wheels Mountain Dusty Roads, and 2-time National Grand Champion 3, Wills Mountain Blackberry Jam. This dog's bred by Bruce Beeland, and some notable wins this year, 20 category wins up there in Wisconsin. Again, not easy to do, must be running the road some, but some of the major ones, Iowa State Championship, English Days, and this was the National Grand Champion English female at Autumn Oaks this past year.
Yeah, we're going to stay in the Northeast again here from Parkersburg, Iowa. This dog had 104 points. Grand Champion 3, Newhart Running Man Zeke. Seems like this is another dog you've seen for a long time. 8-year-old now that is owned by Stacy Ragsdale. out of Grand Champion Wills Mountain Bullberry, and the mother is Grand Champion PR Kentucky Mountain Cinderella's Shadow, bred by Stacy Ragsdale. 8 category wins this last year. Those included wins at Western English Days, Kansas State Championship, the Heartland Classic up there in Wisconsin. Good show. English Days, and was the 2024 top 10 breed winner. So looks like he'll be back to defend that this year. So congratulations to Stacy with Running Man Zeke, 104 points, second overall.
Quick aside, my very first show, as we've talked about on here before, English Days back in 2019. Champion male, the first day I was there outside watching the show. Newhart, Running Man Zeke, and here we are. I've been here for, it seems like a while, and this dog is still winning, so great staying power for that team. Third place here with 100 points, champion, confirmation grand champion at Skylines Everything She Ain't. It's a 2-year-old female owned by Megan O'Connor and Beth Jenkins. Megan is over in Anamosa, Iowa. This dog's out of Grand Champion 2, B&W's Moonlight Frosty, and Brushy Mountain Raining Diamonds, bred by Kristen Gordon. Some notable wins for this dog this year: 10 category wins, including wins at the Arkansas State Championship, English Days, Iowa and Minnesota State Youth Championships, and the BBCHA Fall Roundup.
There you go. So we move from kind of the northwest. We're going to go back to the eastern part of the country. Beulahville, North Carolina. Grand Champion 2, Big Swamp Rocky, had 89 points. That's going to be a 3-year-old male that's owned by Leah Penny. Out of Grand Champion 2, PRB&W's Moonlight Frosty, and the mother is Brushy Mountain Raining Diamonds. This dog was bred by Kristen Gordon, had 10 category wins last year. One of the big ones was the North Carolina State Youth Championship for Big Swamp Rocky. Congratulations, Leah Penny. Beulahville, North Carolina. Yeah.
So it looks like those are brother sisters there, third and fourth, but 2 different crosses.
Yeah.
And I will say Leah Penny, just a young gal. She's just 13, 14, just got into the senior division of the Spotlight Series. So
there you go.
A lot of their wins were at the youth events around North Carolina. Fifth place here with 81 points, we have Grand Champion 4, Morrison's Bocephus. This is a 2-year-old male owned by Daniel Lee Morrison, and is out of Roman Red Woody and Gypsy Rose. This dog was bred by Sherry Buffalo, and some notable wins this year. 28 category wins this year. Had a couple events where we were able to get 8 or 9 points, and the rest of them was just running the old roads. And like I said, there's more than one way to get on this list, and going around and supporting your local shows is one way to do it.
There you go. Tied for 6th this year with 74 points, Grand Champion Wills Mountain Dusty Roads. It's a 5-year-old male that's owned by Jacob Brooks of Pounding Mill, Virginia. This dog is sired by Grand Champion Wills Mountain Bullberry, and the mother is Grand Champion Melrose Mountain Hint of Jasmine. 2 dogs we've seen, the sire and the dam both, we've seen on the show circuit a lot over the years. So Dusty Roads is one of those offspring bred by Lisa Bedingfield. 9 category wins, Grand American Youth winner, Virginia State Championship, Southern English Days, American Leopard Hound Youth Championship, West Virginia State Youth Championship, English Days, and was the National Grand Champion English this last year at Autumn Oaks. Congratulations to Jacob with Dusty Roads.
Also tied for 6th place here with 74 points, we have Grand Champion 4, Wright's White Diamond. This is a 3-year-old female owned by Chris Wright of Jasper, Georgia, out of Grand Night Champion TaylorMade Russian Ruble HTX and TaylorMade Brie. This dog was bred by Lisa Watson and was able to accrue 27 category wins this year all over the states of North Carolina, Georgia, and Tennessee. Congrats to that team.
69 points for 8th place this year is going to be Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion 2, North Stars Keep Me in Mind, 4-year-old female that's owned by Mr. Larry Wilhelm of Elmore, Ohio. This dog is out of Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion Hall of Fame, North Star Rocket Man, and the mother is a Night Champion, Grand Champion North Stars Living the Dream, bred by Larry Wilhelm. 14 category wins this last year, and a couple of those bigger wins included wins at English Days and the Pennsylvania State Championship. So congratulations to Larry with North Stars Keep Me in Mind, Larry Wilhelm.
In 9th place with 63 points, we have Water Champion, Grand Champion B&D's High Lonesome Fred. This is a 4-year-old male owned by Dustin McCubbins of Cole Camp, Missouri, and is out of Grand Night Champion Jones, Little Bighorn, and Night Champion, Grand Champion 2, B&D's High Lonesome Rockin' Ruby Red, bred by Dustin McCubbins as well. Some notable wins this year, 13 category wins, including from 7 different clubs in the state of Missouri. So you might have to think that the Missouri Federation points might come into play here a little bit.
For sure. 7 different clubs. That's pretty cool there, too. And supporting a lot of the different clubs down there. 10th place, 61 points, confirmation champion, grand champion, Southbound Lunar Eclipse. 5-year-old female that's owned by Hunter Booth of South Dayton, New York. This dog is sired by Night Champion, Grand Champion 2, Bear Branch Dawson, and the mother is a Grand Champion Hall of Fame dog, Bear Branch Bobby Lou. That's a name we've seen a lot over the years, and the sire is he's done a lot of winning as well, bred by Mr. Michael Seats. 15 category wins this last year, in 3 different states of New York, Pennsylvania, and Ohio, and a lot of good local club shows around that area.
Yeah, for sure.
In that tri-state area right there. Congratulations, Hunter.
Yeah, let's take a look at the trend. And this is another one where it could fluctuate a little bit on who's winning major events. Like if we have a grand champion of Autumn Oaks there in 2023, opposite sex, that boosts up that high up to 257 in 2023 and kind of throws off the average a little bit. But when you look at a 5-year average, it kind of levels out the playing field. 2021, the low to get in was 23 points for the English breed. That's kind of crazy for me to wrap my mind around because it's a really competitive breed with a lot of good dogs and dog folks in it. 61 points this year, so a big increase, and that's actually the highest point threshold to get into the top 10 of the past 5 years, and I'm assuming ever, if this is what we're looking at here as trends. The average in 2021, 53.7. Like I said, we did have a couple jumps in 22 and 23 with 94 and 98 averages for some high point dogs that we had there. In 2024, it fell off all the way down to 58.2, and this year a big boost back up to 83.7. So I think we're going to see more out of the English breed here moving forward.
So moving on to the Plott breed now, we have 203 points for the overall winner, and as I recall here, that's going to be the highest so far that we've talked about, right? 69 to get into the 10th place. Again, split right down the center, 5 males and 5 females here. First, confirmation champion, grand champion 2, PR Circle M Late Night Disaster. Like I mentioned, 203 points. That's going to be a 3-year-old male that's owned by Abby McCorkle and Megan O'Connor of Elwood, Indiana. This dog is sired by Water Champion, Field Champion, Grand Champion 2, Zool Tadgerson, and the mother is Grand Water Champion, Grand Field Champion, Grand Night Champion, Grand Champion, Romeo's Breaking Bad. Obviously a dog that also plays all, a mother that plays all the games. Bred by Darren Fackler up here in the Thumb of Michigan. 21 category wins and some big ones here. Best male of show at the Grand American, Arkansas State Championship, Kansas State Championship, Leopard Hound Days, Black and Tan Days, Nebraska State Championship, Plott Days, Kentucky State Championship, Indiana State, Oklahoma State. Was the Plott male world winner. This dog did a lot of winning this last year and had traveled all over the country, and that's where those 203 points come from. Congratulations to Abby McCorkle and Megan O'Connor. Late Night Disaster.
Here is, in second place here with 142 points, is a dog that we've seen their name a lot, even though they haven't really been running the roads, been hitting select shows. And this is Water Champion, Grand Champion, Midnight Brindle Gina. This is a 4-year-old female owned by Connie Hogan of Windber, Pennsylvania. And this dog's out of Grand Field Champion, Grand Water Champion, Night Champion, Grand Champion, Midnight I'm Gino HTX, and Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion 2, Midnight Brindled Burning Flame, bred by Connie Hogan here. And again, only 4 category wins this year, but had a big one. It was a national grand champion opposite sex at Autumn Oaks, meaning it was the grand champion female, and that win alone got 132 points for this dog. And kind of funny, opposite sex at Autumn Oaks the year before that in 23. This was our opposite sex at the World Championship as well.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of how this top 10, the point system is kind of set up. You know, just like this, that was a big category to win, and obviously a huge category to win. And why should that dog not be in this top 10? You know, and it's not the only one it won at, but But like you said, there's different ways to get in, in a big win like this. And it's not like they couldn't have, or they just didn't need to push this dog. We're basically winning that pretty much put them in, and congratulations. Third place, 119 points. It's another confirmation champion, a Grand Champion 2, Grand Water Champion, Rag Mountain Ace in the Hole. It's a 3-year-old male that's owned by Katie and Jason Woodward of Madison, Virginia. This dog is off of the World Show Champion, Grand Champion Midnight Brindle Donner, and confirmation Grand Champion 3, Woodward's Rag Mountain Nikita. That was bred by Katie Woodward. 20 category wins this last year. Some of the notables included Southeastern Treeing Walker Days. There again, the dogs, and kind of considered an off-breed dog in that show. Pretty impressive. Georgia State Championship, the Peach Classic down in Georgia. American Plot Association Days, Southern English Days, BBCHA Spring Roundup, BBOA Days. So that dog did a lot of winning at different breed events and nice major events there this last year. Congratulations to Katie and Jason Woodward. Ace in the Hole.
Kind of the start of a run here for dogs out of the world champion Donner. In fourth place with 102 points, we have champion, confirmation grand champion, Mine Creek Amazing Grace. This is a 4-year-old female owned by Rita Mason Ellis and Penny Turner of Burlington. And Miss Ellis is out of Burlington, North Carolina. And Grace is out of, again, World Show Champion, Grand Champion, Midnight Brindle Donner. And the dam of this pup is Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion, County Line, Live Oaks, Heart Won't Lie. Bred by Miss Rita Ellis. Some notable wins this year. Again, only 4 category wins, but was a winner at the NC State Championship. And here we go, champion female at Winter Classic. That accrued this dog 84 points. And in addition to that, didn't get any points for it, but it was the plot female winner at the World Championship. So that shows you what kind of hound we're talking about.
There you go, 5th place, 94 points, confirmation champion, Grand Champion Hall of Fame here, the Midnight Gambler. And here again, another dog off the World Show Champion, Midnight Brindle Donner. This dog is a 6-year-old that's owned by Hannah Cable of Cleves, Ohio. We've seen Hannah in a lot of the youth shows and youth programs all over the country here in the last 4, 5, 6 years, and she has done so well with this Midnight Gambler dog. This was her ace dog, and she did a lot of winning with him. 5th place overall for this one. This dog is out of Field Champion, Night Champion, Grand Water Champion, Grand Champion 2, Late Night Southern Scarlet, bred by Sasha and Corey Hall, is Midnight Gambler. 10 category wins here. Christmas Classic, they're in Indiana. American Plot Association Days, West Virginia State Youth Championship, National Plot Hound Association Days, Kids World over in Brazil was a winner there, Kentucky State Youth Championship, and was also the Senior Division National Champion at the Youth Nationals this last year. Now, that dog didn't get her any points there, but this dog, again, had a great 2024, and I think Hannah is going to age out of the youth programs now, but she's done a lot of winning, and I'm pretty confident she's going to do very well against all the adults. It won't slow her down.
Absolutely.
She's one of the top handlers, young handlers that we have out there. Congratulations to Hannah here.
Here in 6th place with 93 points, we have Night Champion, Grand Champion 2, Bear to the Bone Piper. This is a 2-year-old female owned by Keith Pierce of Greenville, Pennsylvania, out of Night Champion, Bear to the Bone Hunter, and Night Champion, Grand Champion 2, Bear to the Bone Ellie HTX, also bred by Keith Pierce. Some notable wins this year, 16 category wins, including plot days, and then also we talked about the Christmas Classic becoming a can't miss event. That was the largest RQE bench show this past year. Second largest, Midwinter Jamboree at the Mercer County Coon Club in Pennsylvania. That's becoming a can't miss show. You're talking about mid-30 entries there, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Corey Groover get that show up into the 40s this year with all the new stuff he's putting in there. So
hey, you're talking about a couple of shows where obviously the folks that are running them put a lot of effort into it. And this is the payoff right here. And folks that are winning there are also getting paid. Top 10 points. Tied for 7th, 82 points, is the World Show Champion SGCH. Help me out here. Did you get
Sapphire
Grand Champion.
Confirmation champion.
Yep,
Yeah.
that sounds right. Grand Champion 5, PR My Dog, I'm Calling Dibs, HTX2. 7-year-old male now, owned by Mr. Wayne Steele of Wakefield, Virginia. He is off of, here again, the World Show Champion, Midnight Brindle Donner. What's this, number 4 here in the plot breed
4.
so far? And Grand Water Champion, Grand Champion, Confirmation Grand Champion, My Dog Honeybee. This dog was bred by Wayne Steele, Virginia. Notable wins. He was obviously the 2019 World Champion, one of your first World Shows over in Iowa. Very first one, yeah. 18 category wins this last year for the 7-year-old. Still got it. Biggest point was 20 at the October 24 show at Mercer County Coonhunters that you just mentioned. And then he was the National Grand Champion plot opposite sex winner this last year at Autumn Oaks. So the old world champion, I'm calling dibs. He's still got it. He's out there and had a good year in 2024. Hopefully we'll see him in Batesville.
He won about everything there was when I first started, and then he was gone for 3 or 4 years, and he's back.
Yeah.
He's back. Also,
I think Hunter Booth is the one that's been showing him out there.
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Also tied for 7th here with 82 points, we have Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Price's Cove Creek Morning Buzz. Again, a 2-year-old male, just a young dog, owned by Jerry Wayne Price of Granite Fall, North Carolina, out of Champion County Line Shine and Red Wine Okie, bred by Gail Parks. Some of the wins this year, 34 category wins for this dog in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. And the best I could count, we're talking about 19 different clubs that this dog accrued points at this year.
That's pretty cool, and that's kudos to them for that, supporting that many different clubs, and that's, what are there, 52 weekends in a year? Yep. That's half of them at different clubs, so congratulations. That's awesome. 9th place, 78 points, going to be a confirmation champion, grand champion for Tracking Penny Girl Phillips. That's going to be a 5-year-old female that's owned by Clint and Caitlin Phillips of Winamac, Indiana. This dog is sired by Champion Polly's Tough Foot Mr. R.C. Jake II, and the mother is a PR dog named Big Creek Samantha, bred by Joe Polly of Michigan. 10 category wins this last year. That included wins at the Indiana State Youth Championship as well as Plot Days. So congratulations here to Clint and Caitlin Phillips with Penny Girl Phillips.
And our good
Must
buddy
be one of their kids. They named it like, give them their last name.
Yeah, there you go. Our good buddy Joe Polly breeding a dog here in the top 10.
Yep.
Congratulations, Joe. And then rounding out the top 10 for the plots here, we have with 69 points, we have Race A champion, confirmation champion, October Roads Angel Among Us. And that Race A, Race Amateur Precision Coursing. So this is a 3-year-old female owned by D. and Alan Little of Whitwell, Tennessee, and also Brian and Stacy Edmond. And this dog is out of Suncrest, Can't Stop Stylin', and champion October Roads Delta Lily, bred by Brian Edmond. Only 3 category wins this year, but a category winner at Grand American last year, and that got this dog 60 points. That put it up here in the top 10.
Yeah, so the trends here, we mentioned the first dog to win this was a plot dog the first 2 years, and that year that dog had 236, so that is still a high for the plot breed. 23 for a low that year for a 73.9 average. Obviously with that 236, that really jacks that average up for that year, but it's still trending nicely. You look in 2022, average points for the top 10 was 74. 23 was 93 points. Then it back down last year to 67, but it jumped right back up to 106 this year, and that's probably the all-time high average, I'd say easily. I would assume.
That's a pretty good year for the plot hounds. It's something to be proud of there.
And hey, just kudos again here to the breeders here. And we mentioned 4 dogs off of Brindle Donner, the world champion. That is pretty impressive, and as a breeder, you got to throw some kudos out there to the Hogans. Congratulations on that accomplishment. Goes for all the sire and dam owners here, all the breeders here, but that's pretty special, I'm sure.
Yeah. Hey, Alan, I don't know if you've been messing around with this new Houndsman Advantage app at all, but I've been playing with it some, and it has some really cool features on it. One, it has the interactive scorecard view where you can assign strike and tree points at the touch of a button, and it automatically totals your scores after each set of points are scored and valued.
Yeah, no, I like it as well. Some of the features that I like is that you can access the rules and that it comes with a search function to easily find any specific rule. Also like that there's a place for your dog's registration numbers, and you can store pictures of your easy entry cards. I like that you can track two dogs' performances when out pleasure hunting. You'll find some analytics on your dogs. You can record their accuracy, win percentages, and a whole lot of things like that.
No more lying here on this app. The last thing about the scorecard I'll talk about is it has the summary view as well, where you can see the total points you have and the pending points that you have, along with tree timers for each dog. So it's going to come in handy for judges as well. So check it all out on the new Houndsman Advantage app. Let's move on to the Redbone Coonhounds here. And again, we have 10 dogs to look at in a perfect split, 5 males and 5 females. It took 41 points to get in the top 10 this year. And like I said, Wabash River Lost Highway has been on an absolute tear for the past year and some change. 344 points this year. Incredible year. And that 344 is good for first overall and the top dog of the year. And this is World Show Champion, National Grand Champion, Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion 3, Wabash River Lost Highway. A 4-year-old male owned by Andy and Keith Emery. They're out of Lake Lure, North Carolina. And Curtis Elburn and Nikki Matthews, who are over in Peru, Indiana. This dog is out of Grand Champion 2, Wabash River Marlboro Red, who did a lot of winning before, and also Grand Champion Wabash River, a whole lot of Rosie. So no surprise that this dog's winning. Bred by Andy Emery as well. Hank's year, let's just go through this real quick. I think she didn't earn a single point for this, but I think she would trade all the points that she accrued for this, and that was being the 2024 World Champion in Marshall, Illinois this year. In addition to that, won 15 categories, including winning the category at Grand American both days. Grand American Youth Show, was the Grand Champion male at Winter Classic, Southeastern Tree and Walker Days, Peach Classic, National Redbone Days, Indiana State Youth Championship, North Carolina State. Also, the Junior National Champion at Youth Nationals with Colton Rorvik, handling in tow, winning the national championship there, and was the overall top 10 breed winner at the 2024 Top 10 Bench Show and got that $3,000 check. So, man, what a resume, what a year.
Yeah, no kidding. That's pretty impressive. 344 total points. I don't know if we've probably never had that many points in top 10, but I remember I'll go back, I think it was 2023, and I don't know what category this dog was, but at National Redbone Days, they did a panel, and I was on one of the panels for the overall or what have you, and as far as I can recall, that's the first time I ever saw that dog, and I want to say he may have still been just a registered dog at that point, but I remember he was just easily our winner that day, or at least to me he was, and didn't pay that much attention to him other than I just thought, wow, and the Elburns have always had nice dogs and had a lot of good ones, but I remember he got my attention that day, and I thought, this dog's going to win some big shows.
Yeah.
And here you go. One even, it's very impressive. And he's filled out so beautifully and just a very nice, very well-balanced dog. 128 points, second place overall. Grand Champion, Confirmation Champion, Skylines, Time Marches On. This is going to be a female, a 5-year-old owned by Beth Jenkins and Bridget Clary of Culpeper, Virginia. Dog is sired by Grand Champion 2 Code Red Timber Cutter, and the mother is Grand Champion Hoo Hoo Hollow Aerial Assault, bred by Jamie Krieger. She's also of Virginia. Jamie used to show a lot of dogs. We used to be friends with Dale Young and showed a lot of that line of dogs, and I would say this probably goes back to some of those same dogs. 14 category wins last year. Some of those notables included the Georgia State Championship, Virginia State, the BBCHA Spring Roundup, the Heartland Classic all the way up in Wisconsin, the Nebraska State Championship, American Redbone Days, National Redbone Days, a West Virginia State Championship, and the Kentucky State Championship. The biggest win points-wise came at the Heartland Classic, I guess, up in Wisconsin. So, and that's a big show every year, and those winners up there accrue a bunch of points. So that's a good one to go to early in the year. Yeah. So congratulations again to Beth Jenkins with obviously she's done a lot of winning in the last 4, 5, 6 years. Skyline's time marches on.
I was going to say that's not going to be the last time we'll hear Beth's name here across the Redbone and Tree and Walker breed. What she's done the past few years has been incredible with a bunch of different dogs. Here in third place with 102 points is Grand Champion Hall of Fame Little Freddie's Red Tulip. This is a 4-year-old female owned by Megan and Sarah Frederick of Memphis, Missouri, out of Pruitt's Salt River Rebel and Grand Champion Pruitt Salt River Reina, bred by Victoria Pruitt. This year, Tulip, 24 category wins, including wins at the American Redbone Days and the Missouri State Championship.
There you go. Next up, fourth place, another Grand Champion Hall of Fame. Tell me again.
Diamond Confirmation Grand Champion.
Diamond Confirmation Grand Champion. Skylines Push My Luck. This was a former winner of this top 10. 72 points this last year. It's a 5-year-old male now that's owned by Beth Jenkins of Culpeper, Virginia. Out of Code Red, Timber Cutter again, and Aerial Assault. That's so 5-year-old there. Scrolling up, Littermates. Yep, Littermate to Time Marches On. So bred by Jamie Krieger. 12 category wins this last year. Christmas Classic in Indiana. American Redbone Days. Overall top 10 winner in 23 as mentioned. And was the National Grand Champion Redbone at Autumn Oaks this last year. So Skylines Push My Luck back in the hunt again this year.
Yeah, impressive dog. We'll say the Diamond, that is the highest, as far as I could tell by looking at our website, that's the highest confirmation title you can get. Pretty impressive for a coonhound to get that. Also, I do want to say Push My Luck there has passed the 400-point threshold either last year or the year before that in this top 10 show.
Okay.
So really impressive dog. Yeah. Here in with 68 points in fifth place is Grand Night Champion, Grand Water Champion, Grand Field Champion, Grand Champion 3, Els Betty HTX. It's a 3-year-old female owned by Shannon Smith and Michael Crawley of Crawfordville, Florida, out of Grand Night Champion, Big Walnuts Riverbanks, and 4-way Grand Els Bella HTX. So they like to play the games as well. This one here was bred by Mr. Richard Lambert from down in Tennessee. And some notable wins this year for Betty. 14 category wins, including at the Florida State Championship. And we talk about being up in the Northeast or the Northwest where there's limited shows. Down in Florida, there's not a ton of clubs around. Shannon was running all over the state of Florida, and I guess Michael as well. Not sure who was handling the dog, but 68 points, good for fifth place in the Redbone breed. Congratulations.
Sixth place, Grand Champion 4, Muddy Creek Montel, 62 points this last year. That's just a young 2-year-old male that's owned by Shelby Cunningham of Spring City, Tennessee. This dog is off a Grand Water Champion. Help me out. UWP. Do we know what that is?
I think that's weight pull.
Weight pull? Okay. Yeah. And then CA?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay, we're going to need to get Kayla back on the phone here. Grand Field Champion, Confirmation Grand Champion, Grand Champion 2, PR Deep South Chattahoochee Man. And the dam is Champion PR Breakout the Pepsi. This dog was bred by Kayla Cooper.
She's not going to be happy that I asked her about CA.
Okay, we're going to have to ask for forgiveness on that, and especially to Shelby Cunningham. We'll figure out what that CA is. Should have done our homework, Trevor.
That's right.
Notable wins. Wow, 29 category wins here across Tennessee and Alabama this last year. 8 points here was the most points in one show that this dog. So again, just tells you, had to do it the hard way, and took the long road, so to speak, took the dirt road, but still got it done here. 62 points. So congratulations to Shelby Cunningham with Muddy Creek Montel. Hopefully we'll see you in the top 10 show.
In seventh place with 48 points, we have Field Champion, Grand Champion 3, Obrimski's Northern Red Rust. This is a 3-year-old male owned by Erica Obrimski of Whitehall, New York. And this dog's out of Marino's Northern Red Ranger 2 and Fireball's Northern Red Brie, bred by Dennis Moreno. Some notable wins this year, 12 category wins. Again, New York, New Hampshire, Vermont. Highest point event that this dog attended through the year, Lindenville, Vermont, again. So great year for those two. Again, those shows in Vermont. I'm tempted to go up there.
Yeah, we need to go up there. Really need to go up there. I'd like to go up there. I've never been to the state of Vermont, I don't think. This just gives us a good excuse to go up there sometime. I know my buddy Vance Plant out of New York goes over there sometimes. He talks about the good events that they have over there. Tied for 8th place with 45 points this last year. Night champion, grand champion 2, Salt River Rowdy Red Ruby. That's going to be a 4-year-old female that's owned by Corey and Corwin Norton of Herdland, Missouri. This dog is out of Salt River Radar, a.k.a. Mater Boy, and the dam is Pruitt Salt River Bonnie, bred by Victoria Pruitt. 12 category wins that came in Missouri, Iowa, Illinois, and one of the bigger ones was at the Missouri State Championship.
Also tied for 8th here with 45 points was grand champion Stone Nickel Big Sky. This is a 2-year Sky. A 2-year-old
That's that
female.
Tennessee accent coming out. Sky.
It's still in there, isn't it? Got a 2-year-old female here owned by Mary and Ronnie Bergbauer of Bryant, Indiana. They had to judge this show a couple years ago, and now they get to show in it here. So this dog's out of Confirmation Champion Stone Nickel Love the Way You Lie, and Champion Stone Nickel Do Not Pass Me By. Is bred by Mary Bergbauer. Some notable wins this year, 8 category wins and some big ones here. Leopard Days, Michigan State, and National Redbone Days.
Last but not least, with 41 points, grand champion White Oaks Big Red Nash. That's going to be a 4-year-old male owned by Danny and Dakota Blanchett of Max Meadows, Virginia. This dog is off of grand champion Benson's Oakwood Polished Steel, and the mother is champion Benson's Oakwood Whiskey Lullaby, bred by Peggy Benson of Silver Lake, Indiana. 11 category wins this last year across Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, and Tennessee. And one of those bigger ones was the Tennessee State Youth Championship.
I'm almost positive this is a youth that's showing this dog, because I know the parent reached out to me asking if the points were finalized there at the beginning of January, and was excited to share that news. So hopefully, if they're at Batesville, come up, introduce yourself. Look forward to seeing you there, and looking forward to show your nice dog. Congratulations on your win. The trend here has stayed pretty true back in 2021, and it's just kind of mind-blowing looking at some of these numbers. The high point total in 2021, 68, that would have barely got you in the top 10 this year. The low, 26, we're almost double that now. An average of 41.2 to get into the top 10. 10th place this year is 41 points, so the average would have barely made it in. We did have a couple big years here. 2022, we bumped up to 85.4. In 2023, there's that 400 high there that Push My Luck got with Beth Jenkins, at 89 average that year. Last year, good high 234, low was 42, so that's a really good low, 83.9 average. But this year, with the help of a good year by Hank and a couple of other dogs in there, a 41 low, which is very respectable, got us up to a 95.5 average, which is almost 6 points higher than any previous average for this breed.
Yeah. You still look at the last year, the first year, 2021, the average, and compare it to today or last year, those averages, 41, bumped all the way up to 95. That's pretty cool. All right, ready for some treating walkers?
Absolutely.
Last breed we're going to talk about here. A perfect split right down the middle. Again, 5 males, 5 females. 250 points to win this guy this year, or to be the highest points earner, I guess, so to speak. 94 to get in, though, for this highly competitive breed right here in the treeing walkers. First up, Grand Champion, Hall of Fame, Confirmation Champion, PR Drake's Windstorm. She posted the 250 points here. That's going to be a 4-year-old female that's owned by Beth Jenkins and Bridget Clary of Culpeper, Virginia. This dog is out of Grand Champion, West Fork River Terror of the Town, and the mother is the National Grand Champion, Confirmation Grand Champion 4, Red Eagle, second win. This dog was bred by Natalie Atkins and was previously owned by Natalie as well. 27 category wins this last year for Windstorm. Was in Indiana at the Christmas Classic. You mentioned that one. The Grand American, Southeastern Treeing Walker Days, Georgia State Championship, the Peach Classic, Virginia State, Southern English Days, Kansas State, Treeing Walker Days, the Heartland Classic up there in Wisconsin. Talked about that event several times today. The Nebraska State Championship, Michigan State Championship, Illinois State, American Redbone Days, North Carolina State. This dog was everywhere this last year again, just everywhere, literally. National Grand Champion Treeing Walker last year at the Autumn Oaks, and just another impressive year for Drake's Windstorm. Congratulations to the owners and handlers, Beth Jenkins, Bridget Clary, and everybody else that handled this dog.
In second place here, actually a littermate brother here out of the Terror of the Town and Red Eagle second win cross with 222 points, so not very far off. Confirmation Grand Champion 2, Mermic Valley Terror in the Wind. Again, this cross is now 4 years old, and this male is owned by Connie Bigley and Sabrina Ray over in Missouri. Connie's out of Davisville, Missouri. Again, bred by Natalie Atkins. Some notable wins this year for Terror in the Wind. We have 16 category wins, including Champion Male at Winter Classic. That one helped out a lot, I'm sure. Arkansas State, Tree and Walker Days, Heartland Classic, American Redbone Days, Missouri State, and Oklahoma State Championships. So great year for that team, and man, that cross has had a good year.
Third place, another dog we've seen a lot of, 176 points for Grand Champion Hall of Fame, Emerald Grand Confirmation Champion. Did I get that?
You got it.
All right. Skyline, Stay in Your Lane. 4-year-old male that's owned by Megan O'Connor and Beth Jenkins of Anamosa, Iowa. Out of Grand Champion 3, West Fork River rocked this town, and the mother is a Grand Champion 3 Confirmation Champion, Heart Throbs Terrorizing Addiction. This dog was bred by Sandra Pratt of Ohio. I think around the Ashland, Ohio area. 18 category wins, Southeastern, Treeing Walker Days, Georgia State Championship, Peach Classic, Virginia State Southern English Days, Treeing Walker Days, English Days, the BBCHA Fall Roundup, Kansas State Youth Championship, was the 2023 Top 10 breed winner. Just another great year for Skyline, Stay in Your Lane. Congratulations to Megan O'Connor and Beth Jenkins.
Another one there out of a West Fork River male, so
yep,
something to be proud of for that team over in West Virginia.
Yep.
In fourth place here with 158 points is Grand Champion 5, Confirmation Grand Champion Skylines Hef-Hugh. This is a 4-year-old male owned by Dan Sidwell of Pocahontas, Illinois. Out of Second Wind's Impressive Playboy and Grand Champion Second Wind's Syndicated. This dog is bred by Janice Hunter. This hound had 31 category wins this year, including wins in Missouri, Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, and Tennessee. And its biggest point earner of the year came from a couple wins at the Cedar Valley Coonhounds Association in Anamosa, Iowa. Had 24 in one show up there and 16 in another show up there. So
good numbers. Yeah. Fifth place, 150 points. It's going to be Champion PR Lost Heritage Smooth Criminal. This is going to be a 3-year-old male that's owned by Joe Moore and Cole Vanover. Joe is from up in the Waynesburg, Pennsylvania area, a place where I think you've been there, maybe for the Hunting Beagle World Championship.
Correct.
Yep, in Waynesburg. Out of Confirmation Champion, Night Champion, All-American Golden Boy, and the mother is Confirmation Champion PR Lost Heritage Cherry Creek Scarlet. This dog was bred by Cole Vanover. 4 category wins this last year. West Virginia State Championship, but I tell you where the dog racked up the majority of his wins was he was a champion male winner at Autumn Oaks. 129 total points at Autumn Oaks this year. Congratulations to Joe Moore and Cole Vanover here with Smooth Criminal. 5th place overall.
That 129 points helps.
Oh, I'd say. Kind of lets them maybe focus on something else to try to get something else in.
Yeah, we'll see if they have another one in here. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
In 6th place here with 148 points is Grand Champion 4, All-American Western Justice. This is a 4-year-old male owned by Jordan Brooks out of Pounding Mill, Virginia. Dog is out of Grand Champion 2, Late Nights Way Out West, and Champion Sideshow Oops, I Did It Again. Bred by Leslie Brooks. 17 category wins this year for Jordan and Justice, and maybe if somebody else was handling the dog, I shouldn't assume, I guess. But a couple of the wins I see on here, Southeastern Tree and Walker Day Youth Championship, St. Jude's, and the North Carolina and Virginia State Youth Championships, and the English Days Youth Championship. So.
Yeah, hey, here's another young youth handler, Jordan Brooks, and I'm just going to go out and and try to put her up there on a little pedestal. And I'm gonna bet this young lady's gonna win a world championship one of these days.
Wow.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna put my money on Jordan one of these days. She's gonna win huge.
Yeah.
She is very capable of it. So
I thought you were going to.
I don't want to put too much pressure on her here, but I think she's going to get it done.
I thought you were going to take another shot at me and say that you bet she was a better handler than me. I was like, that's a low bar. You went way above that. Way above that. So no pressure, Jordan.
Yeah, no pressure. No pressure. But I bet that's going to happen. I'm betting it will. 7th place, Grand Champion PR second win, Stunning in Stilettos, 145 points this last year. That's a 2-year-old female that's owned by Janice Hunter of Brantford, Florida. This dog is sired by Stylish Handsome Hank, and the mother is Champion Cisco's C. Sienna, bred by Janice Hunter. Notable wins, 10 category wins. Last year in 2024 was the overall winner at the Grand American. Best female of show and overall winner at the Winter Classic. Those are the first 2 major events of the year, basically, and just came out of the gates, shining bright. Was the Florida State champion, or won at the Florida State Championship. Winner at the Southeastern Treeing Walker Days, South Carolina State Championship, St. Jude's in Tennessee there, but this dog won the confirmation show at Autumn Oaks here about 2 years ago, I think. Yeah. And only just a 2-year-old, so I think the dog was probably still a 1-year-old there, but dog's done a lot of winning already, and still has her whole life ahead of her. Stunning in Stilettos. Congratulations to Janice Hunter of Brantford, Florida here.
Yeah. 8th place here with 124 points, and here he is. Confirmation champion, Grand Champion 4, Mason Dixon. She's a little sassy. This is a 5-year-old female owned by Joe and Lauren Moore of Waynesburg, PA.
There he is. I told you he'd work on something else there.
Yeah. This Sassy, she's out of a World Show Champion, Grand Champion 3, Laurel Valley Backwoods Boondocker, and Confirmation Champion, Grand Champion, Canyon Creek Little Meggie, bred by the late Steve Randolph. Sassy, 14 category wins this year, including a win at Grand American and a Tennessee State Championship. And obviously, like I say, there's some good shows up there in the Pennsylvania, New York, Ohio area where Joe runs around at a lot.
Yeah, maybe it was just the backwards. Maybe it was Sassy. He got in at the Grand American, basically, and decided to grab the other dog. And, so, hey, who knows here. 9th place, Grand Champion Hall of Fame dog here, PR City Girl Gone Country, 110 points. That's going to be a 7-year-old, well-seasoned female owned by Robert Dykes of Jasper, Tennessee. This another West Fork River sire here, this time Get Your Shine On, and the dam is second wins Full Throttle, bred by Janice Hunter. 32 category wins, Toys for Tots show, St. Jude's, cleaned up in Tennessee and Alabama. Had 3 12-point wins, and the rest were all just a couple dogs in the show. Went to a lot of the smaller shows. So, but congratulations to Robert Dykes with Girl Gone Country.
32 category wins.
And this is a competitive 110 points, a competitive breed here to get in the top 10.
Yep. And rounding out the Tree and Walkers and our top 10. Bench show field here is with 94 points is Grand Champion, a Sideshow Summer Wind. This is a 4-year-old female owned by Leslie Brooks of Pounded Mill, Virginia. And would you look again, this is another litter mate to our first and second place dogs here out of the West Fork River Terror of the Town and Red Eagle Second Wind Cross that was bred by Natalie Atkins. So 3 of the top 10 in the Tree and Walkers is incredible. Some notable wins for this dog. Only 6 category wins this year for Summer Wind, so it wasn't like they were running up and down the roads with her, but had wins at the Grand American Youth Show, and the Virginia State. And on that weekend there across the Grand American and Grand American Youth Show, they accrued 81 points there pretty early in the year, so that always gets you started out on the right foot.
Yeah, so the thing that I'll add in, just going down through these this breed here, the Training Walker breed, is the sires again. West Fork River, Terror of the Town. He's one of them. There's a couple of West Fork River sires, so congratulations. Though that's just a big accomplishment. I'm sure they're proud to see all these offspring here in the top 10 here for sure.
The Hickses got to be proud of that.
Yep. 2021 average. Let's talk about some trends. This is pretty high here. Averages especially. 218 high to get in 2021. 58 points was low. What'd we say this year? 58. This year was 94 points. But 105 points average in 2021. That jumped up to 192. Jumped up to 124 in 23. Jumped up to 24 to 179.2, and backed off just a little bit here, back down to 157 here this last year. But just an impressive, very competitive breed to get in the top 10. And I can tell you, every one of these owners and connections should be very proud of that.
Yeah, that 2024, 164 at low, that skewed it some, but man, just again, an incredible progression here from 105, 119 all the way up to 157 this year. And it's always competitive to get in there, and a lot of the other breeds we're seeing as well, very competitive to get in that top 10. So let's just do a little short recap before we sign off here. Top 5 point earners, I wanted to mention this. 5 dogs crossed that 200-point threshold, and without me digging into it too far, I don't think that had been done that where we had 5. We may have had 3 or 4 in a couple of the years. Again, Lost Highway, the Redbone, 344 points. Gilman's Good Time Blues, the Black and Tan, had 266. And then the couple, the litter mate tree and walkers here, Windstorm and Terror in the Wind, 250 and 222. And then the Plot Hound, who ran all over the country, Late Night Disaster, 203 points. Absolutely incredible.
Yep. Congratulations to all of them. Cutoffs for top 10, let's really quickly summarize. Black and Tan cutoff was 48. American Leopard Hound 26. Blue Ticks 58 points. English 61. Plot Hound 69. Redbones was 41. And the Treeing Walkers up to 94.
And honestly, I sometimes I wanted to mention the cutoffs on there because we talk about these top point events, and that can sometimes seem unattainable to people at the beginning of the year. But man, you can be very competitive at shows, go around, and if you stay busy and you get pointed at a time or two, then you're right in the thick of things and able to contend here. Trends for the whole way.
You can't win if you don't go.
Absolutely, that's right. And the Winter Classic, if you're there for the top 10 bench show and you're able to squeak out a category win there, you're in pretty good shape for the year. We've found that out.
And this final trend that we're going to cover here I was just super impressed. Matter of fact, I looked at the first couple there and I scrolled down. I'm thinking, gosh, I hope he put down a total trend, and you had it.
It's kind of incredible because, like I said, from year to year, a breed can deviate a little bit depending on what breed of dog wins Autumn Oaks or Winter Classic or categories at Grand American. So you don't see just the overall trend there. But let's talk about 2021 There were 71 dogs invited to the top 10 bench show. Across those 71 dogs, they had earned a total of 4,060 points, and they averaged out to 57.2 on average.
Yep.
The next year, in 2022, again, 72 dogs that year. That's the way the tiebreakers work. You bumped all the way up over 1,400 points more, 5,485 total points, 76.2 average. The next year, 6,300 points for 86.8 average. The next year, last year, we had 6,091 points for an 84.6 average, so it went down just 2 points. And this past year, and the dogs that are going to be showing this year, across the 71 dogs, they accrued 6,759 total points in the top 10, and that's an average of 95.2 top 10 points across these 71 dogs we just talked about.
That's just incredible. Incredible.
So we're talking about a 35-point, almost 40-point increase from 2021 till now, with honestly not a lot changing as far as the landscape goes, just dogs showing more, it would seem.
It seems like it, yeah. So, and I think this is really shaped up this year again for an incredible lineup of dogs here in all the breeds, and look forward to seeing them all. And but I think Sid Underwood and Alan Kalal and Scott Rawson, I think they're gonna have some nice dogs to look at for sure. And I think they're going to appreciate all these dogs that are going to come through their rings, every one of them here. And just want to wish them all the best of luck, and congratulations to all the qualifiers this year again, and hopefully we'll see all of them. It'd be great, wouldn't it? How good would it be to see all of them down there?
I would enjoy the heck of it to see 71 dogs.
Absolutely, you know, and even, you know, there's going to be some nice dogs there in all the breeds. There's some very, very good competition there, but just to be able to be there and be a part of it, bring them on.
Yep.
Bring them on. You deserve to. You worked your way into it. We hope we'll see you there. Bring them on, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you for listening to the UKC Hunting Ops Podcast. Be sure to give us a follow so you don't miss any of our new episodes or content.